match set up first before I actually started, but whatever.
Oh well.
Alright. I believe I should be getting the notification in a moment. There it is. Alrighty. Welcome back to episode 8. Because there totally wasn't about a 30-second moment where I forgot what episode number this was. Totally didn't forget in the slightest and I had to look it up.
I've done that before.
Yeah, to be fair, I've done it for like several game series already. But anyway, real quick, as you can see, the background is going to be Jump Force. Basically, we're just going to be seeing the AIs beat the hell out of each other.
Yep.
Also, I just remembered I need to lower the sound on this a bit more. So it's not like overpowering.
Yeah.
Where's that at? No, there it is.
Where's that hit focus?
Alright, that should be good. Probably. We'll find out later. I'll find out later if it was good enough or not. Any hoozles. Make sure I can actually see chat properly. That would be rather important. My guys just sent me like all the things. I didn't think you were gonna send me that much, Jess. Alright, fair enough. Alright, anywho, before we get on with anything, I do want to unfortunately point out a bit of sad/bad news, depends on how you take it. The fact that we have, unfortunately, within the last week or two, I can't remember the exact date of one of them. I think it was late. It was like August, like 26th, 27th, I think, roughly. Yeah. Point being is we have unfortunately lost two very iconic musical people. And if you do not know at least one of these, well, then you've been living under a rock your entire life. And congratulations for finally coming out. Welcome to the surface. I'm gonna let you know it sucks. No, but first is unfortunately the death of Steve Hardwell, I think his name was. He was the lead singer for Smash Mouth.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I heard about that one.
Yeah, that one hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, and considering the fact that I am a man who grew up with Shrek, it hurts really bad.
Same.
Yeah.
But it's like, for me, it's like All Star isn't the only song of theirs I listen to.
Yeah.
Next for me is, me personally, is a bit bigger, or not so much bigger, it hits a bit more than Smash Mouth, is the death of Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah, I like
Which
listening to him too.
that one hurt. Considering I basically grew up on his music, so
Yeah, I grew up more with Alan Jackson, but definitely Jimmy Buffett was still a good one. I would hear my mom listen to him every great now and then.
so yeah, that one hurt also. And then the one I actually just found out today, who apparently died a couple weeks ago. For those of you who are DC fans, I am sorry in advance. And it was the original Batman animated series. It was the woman who did the voice of Harley Quinn. So, yeah, that one sucked. So now we've lost both Harley and Batman now.
Yeah.
In my opinion, Kevin Conroy hurt the most, though.
Oh, definitely. The only thing that's gonna hurt equally as most is when we lose Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
Like I'm going.
That will hurt 10 times more for me.
Like I will potentially cry when we lose him. So.
I will too. Because not only did we lose the Joker at that point, we now basically lost Luke Skywalker.
You knock on wood. No. Jess, I've said it all the time. I've said all the time that it's going to be extremely depressing when we lose that man.
I've heard it multiple times.
There, I knocked on the desk. Happy. See what you made me do.
The life of a
there,
married
you happy
couple,
now?
folks.
Fucking twat.
This is why I don't want to get married.
Oh, let's be honest. You already had to deal with. Oh, let's be honest. Like you already had to deal with enough with our bullshit. It's no different with a spouse.
But I want to deal with my bullshit.
So yeah,
if you want to deal with your own bullshit, you wouldn't be friends with us.
So yeah, I kind of just want to get the depressing crap out of the way first. Actually, there was a fun thing that Storm was talking about that we're gonna do, but I just remembered we should just pile on more unfortunate shit and then go into the lightheartedness. So, with the whole thing with the writer's strike going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
They are basically getting the video game industry in on it. And there are already several companies that are talking about striking soon. And I also just learned, I don't know who's going to do what, but supposedly they're going into the music industry too, so. Like, they're getting everybody to strike at this point. Which, to be fair, I've said it once and I'll continue to say it, they need to be paid good.
Yeah.
If you pay them absolute shit, it's no wonder that they aren't going to want to do it.
And let's be honest, like, anybody that's basically already had to deal enough with other people's bullshit pay on there when they have to pour in their blood, sweat, and tears into each of these projects, only for it to get shafted on by I don't know, like a very low cut than what you're originally promised.
Yeah, they go ahead and go through with making the project anyway, and then come payment, you get shafted on it, and they're just like, well, oh well, just continue to do stuff, you'll make up the money. It's just like, what the fuck even? But no, let me read off some of the companies that are going to be going on, that are considering going on strike, okay? Because I gotta scroll back down here. Yeah, because it's the whole thing with the artificial intelligence writing it. Like how they're getting AIs to like write scripts and shit now.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what part of it spawned this too, was they're getting AIs to write some of this, which is basically shafting the writers, causing them to get paid less, or in some cases not even get paid at all.
And I wonder why their stories sound like shit.
And people wonder what is going on, why are they going on
No wonder
strike,
live
or why
action
they get
DC's
paid.
been taking a dump. I'm sorry, Batman vs Superman was just awful. I'm sorry.
It really is.
It was just awful. Okay, but anyway, so some of the video game companies that will potentially be facing a strike, okay? So you got Activision Productions,
Oh God.
Blind Light, which I am not exactly familiar offhand with what they do.
Remember to look it up.
You know what? Yeah, if you want to, go right ahead.
Blind
And
Light, is that
as-
what it was?
Yeah, it's called Blind Light.
Wait, I think I heard of that one before, but I don't recall what
As I
game.
said, I might have heard of it, but I can't think of a single. I don't know what games they've done.
So they've helped with Elder Scrolls, Fallout, Guild Wars, Splinter Cell, Tomb Raider, Destiny, and the Halo series.
Oh, damn.
That explains why I recognize it, because I've
Okay.
actually played one of the Fallouts at one point.
I've played them all. I like all of them, but Fallout 3
Okay, so
got me.
Blind Light definitely has a hand in some big names here. Got it.
Yeah.
There's also Disney character voices, which I'm sure that'll just be like almost everything Disney related. EA is on this list.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, neither am I. Formosa Interactive, which it sounds familiar, but I can't think of any games offhand.
I don't know if I know that one either.
You on that one, Cujo?
What? Sorry.
Formosa Interactive.
How's it spelled?
Formosa.
MS. Oh, sorry. One more time.
Formosa.
Okay. Okay. Let me do this now. God dang, it's hard to. It was so much easier to find. Okay, The Last of Us, Uncharted 4, Days Gone, Dragon Age. So some actually pretty big games as well.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I remember playing Uncharted 4.
Oh, and Final Fantasy 15.
So yeah, definitely some big names with that one.
Yeah.
I don't know if I skipped over this by accident or not, but Epic Games is also on here.
Oh god damn, Fortnite's going on strike.
Well, like I said, keep in mind EA is on here, so everything to do with EA. Granted, half the games anymore aren't good anymore, but that's besides the point. Insomniac is on here.
Yeah, I know that one all too well.
Yep. Take-Two is on here. Warner Bros. Games.
Oh no.
Oh man.
And finally, VoiceWorks Productions.
Yeah, I'm gonna look that one up.
Hey,
I'm not
Hey,
too familiar
as-
with that one offhand.
hey, as long as Namco Arc System works and Capcom are not affected by it, that's all
Yeah,
I care
but-
about.
But those could potentially be joining as well. We
Oh,
never
it
know.
could Oh, I know. It could potentially join, and I hope it doesn't get to that point.
I'm looking at the games that VoiceWorks Productions have done.
Yeah, because a lot of people who might be familiar with my channel, like, I don't know, like all 27 of you, maybe. Even though I do have around 100 subscribers.
I'm almost there. I wouldn't mind hitting 100.
have-
I will honestly celebrate with a like I will even put this out right now. the day comes that I hit 100, I will actually do an entire day-long stream celebrating it.
Oh damn.
I can tell you what voice work games have done.
Okay.
They've done like 90% of the SpongeBob games. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Shredder's Revenge, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game. Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? Saints Row, Get Out of Hell, Saints Row 2, and Saints Row.
So they've worked with Nickelodeon, Deep Silver, and a few others. Still, though.
Find it funny because I'm playing Saints Row right now.
But it's like, if all those go on strike, that's potentially games not coming from any of those companies. That could also potentially mean that some of those won't be receiving updates either.
Yes, Fortnite, no more updates.
Or, you know, maybe the strike will, with with the one that affects Destiny, maybe it'll cause them to put back the original shit in Destiny 2.
Well, see, it didn't say Destiny 2, it only said Destiny.
Just go with it. Just go with it. Just go with it to make me happy. Anywho. But still, the point being is that is several big names, and if they go on strike, shit's gonna hit the fan.
Not gonna hit the fan, it's gonna make the fan spin faster and then hit everything else.
Like, shit's gonna hit the fan, and it's gonna cause a shit shower. Like, it's literally just gonna spray shit everywhere.
I don't have time for this.
It's gonna be a shit show, that's for sure.
Just don't drop a watch there, otherwise it'll be a shitty time.
Oh god.
Back to the buds.
It's gonna be the entire stream, isn't it?
I hope not.
Okay, so, why don't we switch things
The only one I
up
want to have
here?
at the moment is that man stands on toilet is fine.
So why don't we switch things up here and make it lighthearted, and go with our random shit for today, which is actually an idea Storm came up with, which I'm actually kind of interested to discuss several characters with this.
Yep.
So you want to mention it while I get the thing pulled up?
So what we're going to be talking about is, like, we're going to be going through the Smash Brothers, but what would each of these characters would be if they were to be part of a Lantern Corps? So basically with the whole Green Lantern Corps, the Blue Lantern Corps, you know, all that kind of stuff. Because as we all know, well, we're all DC fans know, the Lantern Corps with the Lantern Corps rings are all based upon the character's emotions in that sense, with a couple of exceptions on there, being the White Lantern Corps and the Black Lantern Corps. So, we're only also going to be focusing on just the original 12 characters that were originally released on from the 64 days, and
I got pulled up,
we're going to
so
move our way
when you're done.
and we're going to move our way up from the 64 days to Melee and etc. Basically.
So basically, to kind of give everyone a rundown of it.
Even though I'm pretty sure I just did. But...
No, like the different Lantern Corps, I mean.
Oh, duh, yeah.
Which the only one I'm not going to really mention much is Green, because, well, everyone knows that the Green Lantern Corps is willpower.
Yeah, the Green Lantern.
Actually, I didn't know that.
Well, congratulations.
I don't know anything about DC, basically.
Play the sound effect though.
Well, sit back and enjoy the show, because you're about to learn about the other colors.
Yep.
So, first off, we have the Red Lantern Corps, which is Rage.
Yep.
Which I can give a small description on each one, by the way, just to help clarify each one.
It's mostly just about, like, as long as you're full of rage and hate and, you know, full of revenge and that sort of thing. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good.
I was just like, giving an abbreviation in that sense. Like, basically, as long as you're full of rage, hate, and vengefulness in that sense,
And it,
in any of those sense, like, like you are qualified
yeah.
to wear the Red Lantern ring.
And essentially, this is all based on all the different colors are based on a spectrum. So they discover that the farther that, so take for example, I don't care, pick a color, but point is, take a color and go with it, okay? The farther away that is from the center of the spectrum, the more control of the energy or the more control that the energy has on the wielder. And vice versa, the closer they are to the center, the more that the wielder has control of the energy.
Also, I'm gonna share a really fun fact because this is also disturbing at the same time. Okay, so before we get to the Smash Brothers, I'm at least gonna point out with this one. Or I'm at least gonna ask you this real quick, Chris.
Okay.
Out of all the Lantern cores that the Joker has potential to wield, what do you think is actually that biggest potential?
Um,
Because I promise you right now, it's going to be the least less likely that you would have ever thought about.
we're talking about the Joker, right?
Yes, we're talking about the Joker.
Um,
I promise you, it's not going to be exactly what
Indigo?
you think. Holy shit, you got it.
Because I had to think about it for a second. I'm like, it's the Joker.
Because the thing about with the Indigo League, well, no, I'm sorry.
Well, I was gonna say I was also just gonna read them all
Yes,
off
it's
if you want to give me
Pokemon.
time storm.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, go
Indigo.
ahead.
Storm.
I also know about the Indigo Lantern Corps. I didn't mean to say league.
Yeah, but no, I was just gonna go through and read them all off.
But yeah,
And then I figured when I get to Indigo, then you can just talk more about the Joker.
yeah, sure.
But it's like red, you got is obvious the Rage. It's also one of the energies that's actually farthest from the center. So with those, the energy will tend to control the wielder more. It's like it says, using a person's rage, they're able to tap into the red light. However, controlling the red light also renders the heart useless and spoils the blood of the wielder. Which, one of the first Red Lanterns was Atrocitus. Next you have Orange, which is Avarice. Or Greed.
For short.
Wielders of the orange light have been shown to become twisted by their greed and obsessively guard their property and steal possessions of others. Then you have yellow, which is fear, which everyone knows from Sinestro. Which is also the one lantern that can disrupt the green lanterns as well. Then you have the blue lantern, which is hope. And basically, the blue light, it's being capable of being wielded by anyone who can bring hope for future to others when they have basically lost all hope. The blue light's also the most powerful wave of the spectrum, but it is also the most difficult to wield and understand. And then you have what Storm was just mentioning, which is Indigo, which is compassion.
And yeah, as you're about, so yeah, as said, whereas like with the Indigo of being the Lantern Corps of compassion, you might not think of this because Joker has no regards at all, like has zero compassion for anybody in the slightest. Obviously, not even for Batman in that sense. But that's exactly why he's the perfect candidate for the Indigo, because for many people who do not know, with the indigo of compassion, um, basically you have to basically the wielder has to be at least number one, be full of compassion, so basically being understanding with others, or you have to have zero compassion. And basically, with zero compassion, if you wield that indigo lantern ring, now you will be full of compassion with it, even if you started off as zero. And that is exactly why Joker is actually the best candidate for the Indigo Lantern Corps. It is
Yep.
fucked up when you think about it,
Oh, it is.
but
Uh,
yeah, I do personally believe, I think out of all the methods that could actually stop the Joker from becoming fully fledged evil, is get the Indigo Lantern Corps involved about this, and the ring will set up, and it will literally latch onto Joker's finger.
Next up, you have Violet, which is the light of love.
Yep.
Those who are capable of great love, even of those who have lost their loves or have been rejected, are capable of wielding it. And then you actually have the two, as some call it, the all-color and colorless.
Mm-hmm.
The all-color being white, which is the light of life.
Mm-hmm.
Which I feel like that one's actually slightly self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Well, even if not, basically anyone who is actually capable of wielding the white light, they can resurrect the dead, teleport, and create constructs that can potentially last longer than those cast by any other light. As well as white energy comes from any living thing and any living thing that is from that. The other thing to note about the white light is the wielder has no control over the ring itself. The rings do the bidding of the life entity. And unlike other rings, which must be charged from a battery, white rings are automatically charged whenever the wielder performs actions that constitute, quote, living. And then there is the colorless, known as the spectrum of black, which is the color of death. In which black represents complete absence of emotion and the life that creates it.
Which, may I remind you, I believe Frieza would actually be the perfect.
And just to give an example, in Sector 666, there is a man, creature, whatever, named Necron, who is the embodiment of death. Necron used the body of the Anti-Monitor to form a black central battery, which was the power source for the Black Lantern Corps, which was a force that would destroy the other 7 cores in an event known as the Blackest Night. It's kind of fucked up, really.
Mm-hmm.
But that whole enchanting pink power ring makes sense now.
Although, however, it's not commonly known, but there is another spectrum. It is outside the emotional spectrum. It is called the invisible spectrum that includes ultraviolet, which feeds on the buried primal emotions. It also says that it's one of the 7 hidden forces of the universe that were previously concealed by the source wall. And it is the counter energy to the emotional spectrum. And there you go.
Yep. Wait, what color is that one again?
That one was called Ultraviolet.
Ultraviolet. Yeah, because there was like a.
Kind of like
I
a
think.
rainbow, I guess you could say.
I think like I remember there was a theory about with that one where it was rumored that the emotion for one of those was going to be shame. Actually,
Potential, but the unfortunate part is the invisible spectrum. It still hasn't fully been explored yet.
no, it
So
hasn't.
we only have limited knowledge of it.
Yep.
But yeah, it's just like I said earlier, the farther you are from the light, the more that the energy controls you. The closer you are to the center, the more you control the energy, which, for example, red and violet are the farthest from the spectrum, having the most influence over the wielder. Vice versa, the green light is actually at the center, which is the most well balanced and the easiest to control. There's
Can you
also the emotional
combine
colors.
lanterns?
What?
Can you combine different colored lanterns?
Potentially speaking,
There
but
has been times where people have wielded multiple like different colored rings, but it was never a permanent thing.
Okay.
and actually, that could potentially get you to the point where you could actually wield the White Lantern just in itself, actually, if you were
Correct.
able to control all of them.
Which there have been very few White Lanterns, and one of those was actually from Earth, who was originally a Green Lantern, and it was Kyle Rayner.
Yep, I remember that one.
But also keep in mind the emotional colors at opposite ends of the spectrum are also complete opposites of each other. For example, the violet love being the opposite of red hate, uh, indigo's compassion being the opposite of orange's greed, and blue's hope being the opposite of yellow's fear.
Yeah.
Which, and it also goes into the green light, which is again willpower, but with it being with it being the center, but it's also the most vulnerable to the yellow light, which is one of the only colors that can cause a person to hesitate rather than give them a reason to fight harder. So yeah, you, everyone has now gained their own Green Lantern knowledge of the day.
Now, with that being said,
I'm one of the few people that likes that movie, and I'm not ashamed to admit it. Okay. Okay, you know what? Fine. I'm one of the few people that actually likes the Green Lantern movie.
You're one of those people that just likes it just because Ryan Reynolds is in it.
What?
To be fair, I don't blame you on that one. But
I heard Ryan Reynolds.
Green Lantern movie.
Oh, I didn't really like that.
Anywho. But no, we shall continue with our random moments of Smash characters.
And what better character to start off with than with Mario in that sense?
In a bit, I can, okay?
So, as far as like what Lantern Core that Mario could bring into the spectrum, while a lot of people might start thinking that he could fit in the whole category of the Blue Lantern Corps, as he does actually bring a lot of hope as well in the Mushroom Kingdom, as every time when Princess Peach gets captured, he's always the only one that does it. However, let's also keep in mind that Mario has this very unhealthy love for Princess Peach on top of that. So,
Well,
in which case,
I was gonna throw in my ring for actually for him being Indigo.
with the compassion and whatnot, and that could still technically work too.
Cause not so much.
However, oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say it's not so much like the love for Peach, but you also gotta think of between his brother you got Daisy, you got basically everyone that he's shown to care about.
Yeah, I will say this though, because the amount of times that Princess Peach has been captured a whole lot, who was it that always the first man on a mission to go and rescue her? It's always Mario.
Yep, this is
And with
true.
the amount of
Like
times,
to play
and
an
with the
alternate
amount,
timeline. It's Luigi.
right? But if I'm being honest here, when it comes down to it, no normal person would do this unless they have an amount of love for that person on top
This
of
is fair.
that. And I will admit, there's this YouTuber I would watch called Neo Mouse Productions, and that's actually what originally gave me the idea. Actually, as a
Oh, that
tribute.
was gonna be funny. Sorry. Random thing, Storm. The random matchups.
Uh
It was almost a full Dragon Ball Z versus Naruto roster.
I don't know.
Because it was Goku, Vegeta, and Majin Buu on one side, but the other
Mhm.
side is Naruto, Gaara, and Piccolo.
Oh gosh. But anyways.
Yep.
But anyways, it's like no normal person would do this for just one other person unless they have that amount of love for that other person from the get-go. And Mario has demonstrated he does have that sort of affection
Yeah.
for Princess Peach multiple times, and I do think that the Violet that the Lantern Core of Love is actually the perfect fit for him.
I can definitely see where that would where Violet would fit as well. Honestly, I think either one of those two, Violet or Indigo, could work for him.
One of those two could work. Me personally, I think the Violet works the best for him.
Alright, who we want to move on to next?
Well, I figured like it might be fun if we could actually do the Smash Brothers characters in order from Ultimate in that sense, and just see where it goes from there. So
Yeah.
at that point, the next one would be Donkey Kong,
Yeah.
right there.
Well, I was gonna say, do we want to just stick with the original 12 for now, or?
I do at least want to stick with the original 12 for now, because like I said, because if we go any further to
Yeah,
the point
because there
that it
are
gets
a
to
couple
male,
other
it
things I
will.
want to mention too, so.
Yeah, that's why I said towards like the original 12 to try to keep it short and simple for those characters, and try to get as much information done as possible and quickly as possible. That's what I'm trying to get at. And
Yeah, that's fine.
and
Alright,
just
in which
talking
case,
about the
Donkey Kong would be next.
As far as I honestly have no idea what Lantern Core he could actually fit in. If I'm being honest here,
Who are we talking about?
Donkey Kong.
Did I give?
If,
No, I said I was gonna do it after
what,
this, remember?
like what Lantern Core would he fit in?
Well, I would say if we're talking about, I wouldn't put, don't know what we'd put it for if we're talking about the Donkey Kong from the Mario movie. But if it's like the original Donkey Kong, I'd probably go red.
Yeah. I mean, on one hand, it's
Only
like,
so far before the audio cuts out.
I mean, if it's like something to do with like him having a grudge against Mario
What, out there? Probably not.
in that movie, but
Because the audio already gets spotty when I'm
well,
beside the couch
I
talking
also
to
don't.
you.
I also don't really want to talk about the
Zach,
Mario movie
Just give me a second.
at all,
Okay.
seeing how that.
Quit
Well,
messing with
starters,
one.
Chris has not seen the movie yet. Still,
Quit thinking about it. we'll cut it off. Um, but if we're talking like the Donkey Kong from Smash, I don't know. Because essentially you gotta think too, this would be the same Donkey Kong from, at the very least, from the Donkey Kong Country series.
Yeah.
Which I'm not thinking like the original Donkey Kong. I'm thinking in terms of like
No,
Donkey Kong Country, 64, like that Donkey Kong.
Yeah, because it's like, if anything, really, because it's like he doesn't really showcase any sort of actual emotional spectrum.
Honestly, if I had to
nearly
pick
as
something,
much.
I would go with the blue light for him.
The blue light, like blue beacon of hope.
Yeah. And the only reason I can think of it right now is because of everything going on with K. Rool. When you get the rest of the Kong family, they always, like, at one point or another, they always look to Donkey for the hope in order for him to take out K. Rool.
Right. Okay, I guess I can see why. In that sense, I just thought it was kind of odd when you mentioned that at first, but when you put it that way, I guess I can.
So far, it's the only one that makes sense to me. So.
I mean, the other one I was thinking of was indomitable willpower, because of the fact that, like, number one, well, you have to remember the amount of times that K. Rool has basically always tried to fuck over Donkey Kong as multiple times as possible.
Yeah. Also, go ahead and continue on. I gotta help with something real quick.
Alright, and also, like, literally always stealing, like, Donkey Kong's bananas, then all of a sudden messing with his family, and... Because, like, I think... But it's like, at this... Like, I don't think any other... I didn't think any other Electric Core could fit Donkey Kong that well, other than willpower, but I can now kind of see what Chris meant in terms of Blue Lantern for hope, but it's still kind of an odd one for me out there, but I guess it's literally the only other one I could legitimately think about in that sense.
Anywho.
So yeah, I guess, like, yeah, moving on. Blue Lantern Corps could work.
So Link would be next.
Willpower all the way.
Oh,
Cause
easily.
let's be honest here. Like, Link literally holds the Triforce of Courage. He is literally the embodiment of courage himself. And even though Hope can also work just as well, we also got to remember that not many people really know about his existence in the Legend of Zelda world.
Thing first.
Unless we talk about Wind Waker, but that's besides the point. But no, like, the fact that you have to face obstacles that would normally scare you takes a lot of courage, and what takes a lot of courage? A lot of willpower. So easily, without a doubt, Green Lantern Corps of Willpower, that is the best candidate for Link. And it also matches his outfit.
Fair.
So, yeah, moving on.
So next would be Samus.
That's I kind of want to put it. That's almost the same category with the Green Lantern Corps on top of that, because she's literally going through planet after planet, completing every mission, has one objective in mind, and that's finishing the mission, no matter how tough it gets. Honestly, the Green Lantern Corps Willpower can also work as well.
No, I completely agree with that.
Yeah. So, I mean, as far as the other thing goes, like, I can't think of any other Lantern Corps that fits Samus.
No, I think.
So that's already two willpower. So that's already two willpowers right there. Hopefully, it doesn't become a trend where
it's already not bleeding, but it still hurts like a bitch. It's basically a line that's right there that was bleeding.
Hopefully it doesn't
Doesn't help
become
that
too
this
much of
doesn't
a...
even want to stick, so...
Hopefully it doesn't become too much of a trend where freaking everybody gets a willpower, because that would be just boring.
So, moving on to Yoshi next.
Moving on to Yoshi.
I'm honestly not
Let's see.
sure.
Let's see here. They help Mario a lot. They've always been known as the best companions for Mario for quite a good long time. And while having a fat Italian plumber on your back 24/7 can be quite draining, that takes some will. But I don't want to continue going with will, unless there's something else in mind, or unless there's nothing else in mind.
Not
Maybe
sure still.
I would maybe compassion, because if you think about it, well, Yoshi does
Whichever
care
way, but
about,
probably easier that way.
because Yoshi does care about their own kind and is willing to help Mario and Luigi in their travels a whole lot. And honestly, that
Yeah, I know.
takes compassion to do that. Actually, if you
Probably
think
not gonna
about
stay,
it.
so... Kinda irritating.
I wasn't sure if Chris was hearing all that.
No, I heard.
Okay. Honestly, it's like compassion might work the best for Yoshi, actually, because while you could say he has willpower to, have Mario or Luigi constantly on his back, let's be honest here, it's like, I'm pretty sure Yoshi's spinal cord is off the charts strong, and he doesn't mind him in the
Oh
slightest.
no,
But no,
bring
the
him
fact that
okay.
Yoshi is willing to help Mario and Luigi in their travels in order for them
I'll
to
give you a minute
get
to get
to,
situated and then I'll bring him, okay?
in order for them to rescue Princess Peach, and the fact that like during in Super Mario World, where Mario helps out Yoshi in Yoshi's Land, Yoshi wants to help the rest of his friends in that sense, and that takes a lot of compassion on top of that.
Yeah.
So I would say maybe compassion might work for
So, I know
Yoshi.
who's next, and I thought hilarious to say what to give him. So, next is Kirby. And hear me out on this one.
Okay.
You give him the Yellow Lantern Corps.
Kirby does not.
Because Kirby absolutely
No,
induces
no.
fear
You're
in
thinking of
everyone.
red. No, you're thinking of red, Sam.
Oh, sorry.
Because Kirby induces fear in everyone. They take one
Yeah,
look at that puffball and it's just like, oh god, he's coming.
Yeah.
To be fair, anyone
Honestly,
that challenges them gets a beautiful.
you have to remember, he's like 8 inches tall, and people fear that.
Yep.
Yeah, I would probably say Yellow Lantern Corps works the best for Kirby, actually.
I told you. That little puffball induces fear. Jess, here.
That little pink marshmallow.
Yep.
I can't look. You have to give me a second to look at the roster.
Anyways.
Okay, yeah, sorry. I needed a second to hand off the baby.
Okay.
God damn. It's long enough for me to
Unplug my mic as well.
Lovely.
Oh yeah, hang it though. That is still my password. Tablet trying to lock me out. Okay, next is Fox.
Fox McCloud. Well, let's see here. He's the leader of the new Star Fox, in that sense. Definitely done some impossible missions together with his crew. Always showcases how much indomitable willpower that he has, but he's also a beacon of hope for his team on top of that. But even then, in order for him to wield the Blue Lantern Corps, the rest of the crew has to lose hope first in that sense, as he is that beacon of hope. So I don't know. I'm actually a little conflicted about this. But
Yeah, no. Huh.
Unless there's a way, that we can introduce with the White Lantern Corps, but I don't know if that would fit Fox though.
I don't think it would, honestly. Like, maybe it's just me. I don't think that would fit.
I mean, like, and that's fine. I'm just trying to think of something.
Here's me looking at the colors again.
Right.
Well, let's just. Okay, so we can basically rule out both white and black.
Yeah.
I can't remember what is black.
Black is
Death.
death.
Oh.
Death are also known as a complete absence of emotion.
Yeah. Because so far the only other two I can think of that could fit Fox are like Will and Hope, and that's about it.
Because let's see
there
here,
might be more.
we can knock out Orange because he's really not greedy.
That's greed. No.
He's not full of rage.
No.
Fear really doesn't fit him either.
No, it really doesn't.
Honestly, I don't think love fits him either.
Oh, unless you bring Crystal into the part, but that's besides the point.
Moving on.
And then the only other one left is compassion.
I mean, maybe, because he does save a lot of planets in that sense, but I don't know if it's out of just being compassionate or not, though. And mainly the sole reason why he went on this mission was just to avenge his father, or at least just take over the mantle.
Yeah.
And he just happens to find Androx's. Not Androx's.
Well, yeah, let's just give him willpower because we're gonna
Yeah,
hurt ourselves
willpower.
if we think on it too long.
Yeah, because by the end of it, yeah, it does fit the best.
All right, so next would be Pikachu.
I'm gonna say green because of Ryan Reynolds.
You know what? I'm
That's
gonna
a
go
fair
with that.
that is a fair assumption right there.
Let's just go with that. Green because Ryan Reynolds. I like that.
I do too, actually, but I don't want to keep going green either.
Well, it's not like we're doing it on purpose. It just happens to be what fits a lot of characters.
Well, there's another thing that could happen, no? Well, there's another thing. Like, Pikachu has a lot of love for its trainers, just like every other Pokemon does. And sometimes Pokemon have compassion for each other. But no, if we're just going with green because of Ryan Reynolds, that's hilarious reasoning. For serious reasoning, is a whole other statement.
Yeah, let's just stick with both of them and go with that.
Alrighty, let's just go with that, yo.
Next,
The entire time I've been waiting for that.
next is Luigi.
Luigi.
God, there's so many of these.
That man is afraid of everything, but he does not but he does not put fear in other people.
Nope.
He's always the most hopeless one out of all of them. He's not really all that willful unless he's with his brother.
You went through
Honestly,
yeah.
probably love.
I was thinking more compassion, really.
Well, I actually agree with Chris on this one because he also loves Daisy a lot.
That's true, yeah.
Between his love for Daisy and his love for his brother.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, love does actually fit him the best. Fuck. That's awesome. Okay.
Didn't do that one on purpose, but hey, it works.
No. Yeah.
God.
I mean, when you get to the point where you know a character too well,
Yeah.
it really drives everything off
Well,
the
the
wall
problem is next
afterwards.
we're going with a character that I know absolutely nothing about, which is Ness.
I have not. I've played a little bit of Earthbound, but that's only a little bit.
I never played Earthbound.
I've. Well, this is probably where I don't know if Sam's ever watched an Earthbound video or not.
I have.
It's just not Luke. This is not the one with Ness, is it? Is it?
No, it is.
Okay. So, what would you maybe think on? Like, what could you maybe explain like about with Ness's character off the top of your head?
Between willpower and authority.
What's another willpower one?
We're not doing it on purpose.
I know we're not.
To be
I
fair,
mean,
blame
like-
DC at the same time, because we've seen more
That's-
Green Lanterns than any other Lantern Corps.
Fair. Damn you, DC, and your
Right.
faith.
Well, in that
sucking
case, if we
Green
want to move
Lantern.
on, next is Captain Falcon.
Captain Falcon, Falcon Punch.
I mean, besides being a racer, he's also a bounty hunter.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I swear if it's almost on.
no, honestly, I don't think green would fit him.
Maybe the blue. We got a blue racer. But I don't know, like, how much Beacon of Hope he really carries that, though. Like, maybe if you watch the anime, but even then, I don't know if that's the same Captain Falcon.
Yeah, I know nothing about this, so I can't give my opinion.
Right.
Well, if you think of it in a different retrospect, in a way, orange could actually fit Captain Falcon.
Really? Oh, right, because he...
Greed,
Yeah, you
but
got...
not in the sense that you think. Greed in the sense that he is so at one point he is so damn obsessed with hunting down and bringing in Black Shadow that at one point Blood Falcon gets created. So not only is he relentless in hunting down Blood Falcon, but still his relentless pursuit to hunt down Black Shadow.
I mean, to be fair, the dude's fucking wanted, like, everywhere.
Yeah, but he's not doing it out of hatred, though.
Right.
Like, I think orange could probably fit to some degree. Fuck it, let's just go with it.
Fuck it.
I ain't got no other better idea.
Right?
And then last would be Jigglypuff.
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 Violet because it's fucking pink.
That's the only reason we need.
I mean,
No,
let's
not
be
really.
honest, I was honestly gonna go either love or compassion for Jigglypuff, so.
Yeah. And not to mention,
Plot twist, someone gives it
unless
the...
you want to go for a joke and give it the Red Lantern Corps because it pops up and
See, that's
slaps
actually
and
where I
then-
was going with.
and fucking draws graffiti faces all over Ash and Misty and Brock.
No, not just when it falls asleep, but if someone insults Jigglypuff singing. Like how pissed off it gets. You know what, fuck it, can we just give Jigglypuff the red ring anyway?
Yes.
Fuck it, yeah, fuck it, just because of that reasoning.
And also because it'll be funny.
Yeah, it would be funny.
So you know what? Next episode, I'd be fine if we want to continue this. The next episode we do the fighters from Melee.
The male. Yep, we could do that.
So moving on to another
Alright.
topic. I got depressed the other day. Everyone else already knows the news, so the fact that Charles Martinet is actually retiring as the voice of Mario.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Charles Martinet is officially retiring as the voice of Mario.
I guess he's handing the torch to Chris Pratt now.
Actually, we have no idea.
I was literally about to say, well, Chris Pratt's about to step up.
I would also honestly be fine with that.
I'm actually okay with it. He's actually not that bad as Mario, actually.
As a side note, before I get more into this, I want, like, Mario Party, right? But with all the character voices from the movie.
You know what? I will be okay with this.
Right?
I mean, I absolutely enjoyed Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong.
But no, he's stepping down in his role, and he's going to be becoming an ambassador of Mario. So basically, we still don't fully know the details of it, but he's still going to be like the icon for Mario, and still, I think he'll probably still have some say with it as well. He just won't be the one voicing him anymore.
I mean, like, the man's definitely left quite a bit of a legacy.
Which, the new game that's coming out soon, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, we already have confirmation that's not Charles Martinet's voice in the game.
Oh, really?
Or it might be, we're unsure. Because Charles has even talked about that. Every time he goes for a recording of Mario, that there's at least 45-50 takes of everything that he's done. So he's even said they basically have him as the Mario voice to go on for years if they wanted to. Just as far as voicing anything, like doing anything new, he won't be anymore.
Well, at least on the brighter note, we at least got Charles Martinet's voice somewhere actually in the Mario movie that he made a cameo about. So.
Yeah, and that made me happy.
Did you finally see the movie?
No.
Damn,
but I know he does. I know he does the voice of Giuseppe, and he also does the voice of Mario and Luigi's father.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Which I thought that was really cool that he did that.
Yeah, it really is. And honestly, it made me feel happy when he said, "These are my boys."
Right.
See, I didn't even notice it at first.
It's very easy to miss because we're so used to hearing Charles Martinet's Mario voice and not his real voice.
Because it's like when I heard that Charles wasn't voicing Mario, I'm like, okay, I'm curious. And then they start releasing like Chris Pratt as Mario, Keegan-Michael Key, Toad, Seth Rogen, Donkey Kong, etc., etc. I'm looking at this roster. I'm like, you know what? I'm kind of interested in this.
I was at first turned off when I heard that Mario was going to be voiced by Chris Pratt because I wasn't sure how I feel about the fact of, number one, Star-Lord voicing Mario. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Star-Lord. I just did not know how well that was going to receive.
Right.
But it got my interest more when I heard Jack Black is going to be voicing Bowser, and I was just like, okay, I will give it a shot because Jack Black's in it.
Right. Because I'm sorry, Jack Black nails every role he's in.
I'm about to say that was
so good.
I'm about to say that voice for Jack Black's voice for Bowser fit perfect.
Oh,
like,
yeah, it was so
I legit got goosebumps when I saw the trailer of specifically the scene with Bowser at the Ice Kingdom.
Yeah.
Oh, with the Power Star?
just that whole thing from him walking out first talking all the way up to the Power Star, I'm just like, damn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that was a very good fucking Bowser. I was not at all disappointed in his performance in the slightest. Like, yeah, no, it was fucking good.
I will say someone did bring up a very valid point on why there wasn't going to be the original Mario voice actor. Just think of how annoying it would be to hear wahoo, wahee, waha the entire time.
I
Well,
mean, but
and
it's
it's been
also something
proven
we're just
several
so
times that
used to,
Mario
though.
can talk, so...
Yeah.
Oh yeah, in the
If you think
opening
about it,
segment of the games.
if you really think about it, we never really heard Charles Martinet's full, in fact, dialogue at all as Mario, because most of the time, the Mario's plot is just so simple. There is almost never any reasoning for him to ever talk in the games.
Yeah.
But because it was a movie, I imagine that Charles Martinet is like,
Like, the most you've ever heard is at, like, the endings of some of the games, and that's about it. Where he actually
Well,
does,
actually,
like, say a full line.
I was gonna say when he screams out the title of the game.
mm-hmm, yeah, Super Mario Sunshine.
Or, like, you get the time where it's
Mario
just like, where he's
64.
just like, thank you so much for playing my game.
Well, thank you so much for playing my game. Yeah, I can't
See,
do Mario
when
voice,
I
so.
think of shouting out intro, the first one apparently I think of is Super Mario Galaxy.
Fair. And that's a really good
It's
game.
me, Mario. Hello.
Well, Super Mario Galaxy is probably my favorite Mario game.
Fair.
I'm trying to scroll through and just see if there's anything else I want to mention, because we are basically about the point where I want to stop this soon.
Yeah.
No, but thanks to one article that Jess sent me, it reminds me I need to get back to Tears of the Kingdom at some point, because I've kind of neglected that lately.
Mm-hmm.
Not purposefully, just been playing other games.
Mm-hmm.
That's really not.
So, what are we gonna do about with the Smash or Pass sort of thing?
Oh, like the last few generations?
Yeah.
I'm honestly thinking about saving them,
Mm.
and then just do them all at once, you know?
Hmm.
Like, that's at least just the thought I had.
Yeah.
I mean, if not, we could still, I can just pull up and we can do it real quick.
Yeah. Yeah, because I just wasn't sure, like, with the stream or with the podcast now getting shorter, I just wasn't sure if we're gonna ever be able to have just enough time to start doing the Smash or Pass
Yeah.
by the end of the stream, like how we usually would do.
Yeah, and it's kind of a different thing this time, at least.
Yeah, something that we're not 100% fully used to.
But A, it's just something that takes time, but B, it's just kind of finagling and figuring out, like, the full logistics of it. But no, I think maybe just spend some time and just do all the last 3 generations in one go.
Alrighty.
I think that'd be a good way to do that, and just have, like, the whole marathon of all 3 of them.
Oh, yeah.
Well, if that's the case, do you got any last-minute things, Storm?
No, not at the moment.
Oh, also, I forgot. Hold on. I forgot I said I was going to do this on stream. Or on the podcast, at least. I finally got a hold of the late-night loaded taco flavored Doritos.
Those are so good, dude.
And I was actually gonna try these on the podcast tonight. So let me see if I can find a good one. That looks like a good one. Oh my god, like, no. Like, shit, that's, oh my god, that straight up smells like a fucking loaded taco. Holy shit.
Oh yeah, it does.
Like, that's not bad, but, god, that straight up smells like I got, like, a taco in front of me.
Oh, wait till you taste it.
You know what it tastes like?
A loaded taco.
Well, yes, for one.
I
No,
love that.
But it's like a loaded taco with like a hint of like having Doritos on, like almost like there's like crushed up Doritos somewhere on it.
Oh, like a Dorito taco in a sense that you would see
In a
from
sense.
Taco Bell.
Yeah, but I still get that sense of like having just a normal taco shell as well.
Nice.
It's also not bad.
Oh yeah, no, I like it pretty well. It's like I try to grab them as quick as possible before they sell out over at Kroger. So.
But no, I figured as we end this, I'd treat the view. Considering we've just been watching the CPUs this whole time, I figured treat the viewers to at least one fight before we end it. So just to give you an idea of what it is, Storm. The CPU team is Frieza, Blackbeard, and Aizen.
Okay.
And my team is my own character, Vegeta, and Boa Hancock.
Okay.
He say Hancock.
Honestly, it's like I'm not the biggest fan of Hancock. Like her, I just don't like her character that well.
I'm such a child.
And here I am over there just like remembering how much I don't really like Hancock as a character in One Piece.
I'm trying to refrain
Don't
from
get me
making all joke.
Don't get me wrong though, she is hot as fuck.
Oh yeah.
But that's all she's got for me. Other than that, she's pretty selfish for the most part. Well, I would say Luke. Well, I would say I don't like Luke because he's selfish, but he's also funny. But he also does showcase that he does care for his friends, and that gave him a slighter edge. Meanwhile, Hancock's over there just like no discrimination whatsoever about like who she turns to stone with who she turns to stone in a sense, even her own Amazonian sisters that they literally just trying to help Luffy get out of the island.
Yeah. The only thing that I would say probably annoys me though is, and maybe this is just me, but it's the people who try to pair up Luffy with Boa. I'm like, I honestly don't see it happening.
I don't either. If there's anybody that Luffy's gonna end up with, it's gonna be with meat. That's it.
With who?
With meat. That's it.
Fair.
Like just meat. He loves his meat.
Well, let's be honest.
I
If
think
it
all
was,
men do though.
and obviously I know it's already been stated that it won't ever happen. But if he were to be with someone within the crew, honestly, I would see it with Nami.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because it's like Oda mentioned that like he just doesn't personally see it himself, but that doesn't necessarily mean like it won't happen either, though.
On a side note, I'd like that Oda confirmed that yes, Luffy's dick is extended.
Did
Oh
they
my
actually?
God. Yeah, Ichida Oda himself did confirm that Luffy can in fact extend his penis.
Oh god.
Shit, I didn't mean to do that.
That
was a
just
mistake.
spiced up the fanfic.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
it. Oh yeah, it did. Totally did. Because somebody asked Ichiro Oda during an interview a while back, where it's like, can Luffy stretch out and extend his penis? And Ichiro Oda just confirmed saying, yes, he can extend it, and he can make it bigger.
Every man's dream.
Exactly. I'm over here just like, man, that'd be kind of cool to have the Gumma Gumma note for right here, right now.
Why can I do that?
Alright, you know what? Let's finish Blackbeard a proper way and end the stream. Or end the podcast here. There's hit 2, and for the final blow.
I have a feeling that at some point or another, by the end of the series, Zoro's gonna retire over at Wano Island.
Probably. Oh, if you're wondering what I finished off Blackbeard with, Storm. I finished him with the United States of Smash.
It's like, take that, pirate, and you can't stand the power of the U.S.
Fuck the government.
Just even though the heroes in the My Hero Academia universe are actually being paid by the government to do the jobs.
Right. But that will conclude this episode.
Honestly, that would be a sick ass job to have if you have a quirk.
Hopefully everyone enjoyed their time here.
Mm-hmm.
I know I always
sure
enjoy it.
Yep.
I just saw a character, I was going to say a comment that would get me in probably quite a bit of trouble. I'm going to keep that to myself.
Tell us after stream.
But anyway, hopefully y'all enjoyed. Enjoy your day, night, whatever time it is when you watch this, if you're not watching it when it's live. If you haven't already, go check out Storm's channel for all of your gaming needs and desires. Or you can also alternatively go check out my channel as well. Both of them can be found in the main channel. I'm trying not to boast it here, but I'm really trying to see if I can get to 100 subscribers, because I am so close.
How close are you?
Last I saw, I'm about 13 off, I believe.
Oh, I don't have that many accounts. I have like 7 accounts.
What you mean to say is you don't have that many emails.
Oh no, I do. Oh no, don't get me wrong. I 100% have that amount of emails. I just don't have that many Google emails.
You just gotta remember, you can make like several accounts on just one email on.
Oh,
yeah.
no, but I don't know. It just wouldn't feel the same earning it like that. Like, I want to hit that 100 from, like, multiple people, not just, like, one person with, like, 20 different accounts.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Yeah. Like, it wouldn't feel right to me. But no, very much appreciated if you do want to help me get to 100, because then we're going to party.
I do know, like, my channel, it has gotten to the point that I can now use community on that one. So
woot. Yeah,
Storm's been like that
Storm's a bit further ahead than I am, and unfortunately I can't take any of his people. I'm kidding. No, but if you can, it's greatly appreciated. If not, it's really not that big of a deal. I do plan on streaming tomorrow. Like, this is gonna be like way later in the afternoon, probably more towards the night.
Yeah, that reminds me. I need to start getting back into streaming for a little bit. I might have to start doing some Yu-Gi-Oh tomorrow or something, just to do the reverse duels.
But with that, I will leave you all with me as a redhead, and
What?
we will see you guys later. No, talking about my character.
Oh.
uh,
And we will see you guys next week.